Again, get your popcorn, get your soft drinks, and if you love racing, folks, it's Bristol, baby. The best of the best. We'll have approximately 14 of the best drivers in online racing go at it tonight with Bristol, and I am so thankful I don't get to do this alone because there's just way too much that can happen here to have this be just a one-person show. I want to welcome the big C-Dizzle, who everybody loved last week in the excitement. How you doing tonight, C-Diz?
I'm doing all right. I feel great. I'm ready for Bristol, baby.
I also want to welcome the guy who, if it wasn't for him, we may not be doing this so soon in the middle or late season that we have. But Keith, aka Snoop, we'll call you from now on, the Snoop of the BRS. Welcome to the show, man. It's great to have you back. It's awesome to have you be here to be able to telecast with us here. How are you doing tonight, and what are you looking forward to tonight?
I think you're the last one. He's just got number 13, so that should be it.
I definitely agree. This, after racing last night, both C-Diz and mine raced last night. C-Diz had more of a frustrating night. I'm leading with about 40 laps to go. Just got a hair loose out of turn 2, touched the apron, and my car goes sideways. The next thing I know, I'm finishing 5th, 1 lap down. This is a very, very tough track to race at, C-Diz. You obviously, unfortunately, you've had a good streak going until we hit Bristol last night. And what do you think? What do you think it's going to take tonight to win this race?
He won the All-Star race earlier this year at that Bristol track. I'm going with the number 11 FedEx car.
Keith, who are you picking to win this race tonight? You know, and that's probably, obviously, one of the top dogs that you want to pick. They had a TRL race in the Toka Racing League a week ago this past Tuesday. They ran Bristol. It was all Dane for the most part of it. Salzano had a good run, and if I'm not mistaken, Dane did win that race. I'm going to call it right now. I just don't see... We had a guy up north and back during the modified tour. It's the Wheeler modified tour now. I can't remember what, the Featherlight modified tour back in the day. They had a guy named Mike Magic Shoes McLaughlin, whose son actually runs the Xfinity Series. I'm calling this guy Magic Shoes as of today. Grant Magic Shoes Salzano. I think Salzano 14 isn't just going to be the guy to beat, but he's going to be the car who I think is going to be very, very dominant. Although, if I have to pick a dark horse, Keith, I think you have to look at Staggs. Staggs has been fighting with consistency most of the season, but he's been really looking forward to this race, and Fluffy told me practicing with him, he learned a few things, and I got to say, I think Staggs might be a dark horse for this race tonight and possibly sneak one out. I just want to update you guys right now what's going on here in the lobby. As I'm watching Salzano's broadcast, I've been informed that they are restarting the qualifyings because of the qualifying session because a few people had internet issues, namely Doha, I think, got kicked. So as we get to qualifying, I want to ask you, Sid, as you raced Dover with me Monday night, and I got to tell you, it's one of the best races I've ever had. Dreamweaver and I really put on a show for the fans, which I can't say the real guys do that a lot at Dover, but I know Monday night they got their money's worth. Is there anything, Sid, that you think after racing Dover that, I know both tracks are concrete, So I think the speed is one reason why both tracks are very fast, because the concrete and the tires are a lot better on there, even though they were quicker. Is there anything that you feel that if you were racing tonight that you could take from Dover to be able to run here at Bristol tonight?
The only thing I can really think of is it's the turns. The turns are just a little different, but the speed is going to help you out when you get into those turns. And you don't want to use too much braking, or your brakes are going to go.
Well, and all the races you've raced at Bristol, I'm going to ask you both this question, and then I'll probably chime in on it. Keith, if you had to pick one word in the English language to talk about Thunder Valley, the Coliseum, Bristol Motor Speedway, what would that word be? That's probably going to be an understatement of what we see tonight, Cody. What is one word, Cody, you think would describe Bristol?
You know, I gotta agree with the word fun, but in my opinion, with last night's experience, fun and terrible.
Definitely, I can vouch for terribleness at the end of that race, but I think one word that comes to my mind, I've run probably close to 100 different 250 lap races here in a cup car. I've yet to do an Xfinity race, which we will have tomorrow, folks. The NLRL Xfinity League will be here at Bristol tomorrow night, running 300 laps, 50 more laps than what we run in a cup race last night, and 50 more than tonight with slower cars. So tomorrow night will be demanding. That is the word that I will pick, demanding. This track is very, very demanding, and there's many different ways that it is demanding. It's demanding on tires. Tires, you spin out once, your tires are shot. You need to get fresh tires. It's demanding, can be demanding on fuel. If it comes down to fuel strategy and somebody has good tires, it could demand a lot out of your gas tank. Although I will say personally, I've never seen a race at Bristol come down to fuel mileage. It's usually tires or just great strategy. It's demanding on what pit strategy you use. We had a first-time winner last night, folks. We had 4 of the fastest cars out there on that track last night. Neither one of them even won. The 88 car, D. McCall 73, comes out of nowhere to steal the show, to get his first career cup win, his first career Bureau win. Again, congrats out you, Devin, if you're listening. So it comes down to mentally, it's demanding. What do you do? Every turn, every lap at Bristol is so demanding. It is absolutely ridiculous. I don't know what else to say about Bristol, folks. I'm going to give you a quote. A quote that Kyle Petty said some time ago, C-Diz and Keith, and I don't know if you ever remember it, but Kyle Petty had such a bad race, and I thought about it last night, C-Diz, because your race. Kyle Petty was so mad, he said, you know what, they might as well fill this place up with water and just call it a fish bowl. That way we never have to come back here and race again. So... Nope. Well, before we get into that, I just want to say they are getting ready to qualify. Momentarily, qualifying will begin, and we'll start right now. They're in a loading screen. They will qualify Bristol day, but the race, folks, will be at night, because, I mean, I don't know about you guys, but there is no better way to race Bristol than at nighttime. But I will say, Cody, before I let you take over, I think you are very correct. You may see people run the very bottom, although last night it didn't happen too much. Most of the people, I think C-Diz will agree, a lot of people ran the middle of the track. That seemed to be the most popular group, but most part, and Cody probably saw this, I ran the high line a lot. That's where I felt a lot of stickiness was. And Cody, how do you feel about what line to use? And before you say that, qualifying has begun, so I'll update you as it progresses.
I'm more of a low line guy, but sometimes I like to run that middle line.
As I'm watching Salzano right here, because right now this is all we got, folks, and I apologize you cannot see it, but as I'm watching Salzano, he is one lap, he's literally in the middle with his left wheels on that bottom line, and then on one turn, and then the very next turn, he's running the high groove. And he looks loose going in and wiggled. Something you don't see at a Salzano's car too much is a wiggle, because he finesses that car. Yeah, and he's such a finesse driver, and he does such a great job driving. And now he just went up into turn 3. He goes up high and he comes down low. So you're right, Keith. I think this, what I'm seeing now, because these guys, obviously are a lot better than what we were last night. Salzano's already run 3 different lines that I can see already in qualifying. Thank you. I want to, not to interrupt you, Keith, and I just want everybody else to know all 3 of us are going to be interrupting each other like crazy tonight. So I pre-apologize if anybody's in the middle saying something and I interrupt y'all. But it's going to be happening a lot, so we might as well start doing it now. Salzano just ran a 15.601, which also, according to this stat, is his personal best lap. Again, at the track of Bristol Day, not Bristol Night. As you know, Cody, I think the pole speed last night was like a 6.87 or something like that, 6.78, something like that we had from Chris Vaudrin last night, who Vaudrin had an awesome race last night. So these guys are already running, as he passes somebody who was sideways on the inside of turn 4, a 15.601 right now. How do you feel about that lap, Cody?
It puts me ashamed that I can't run like that.
Yeah, they are.
To be truthfully honest, I'm actually sitting here watching the broadcast split like Bob is in his own area. Because, the COVID, they got me away from Bob, so I can't be near him in the same room with him.
I just want to let everybody know tonight it's a prejudgment of what's going to happen. Salzano's in a 14 car. Subidoo 2011 is in a 3. Fluffy White Bear in a 22. Big Dane will be in the 9 car, the Chase Elliott car, and they just took it away from me, folks. I'm sorry, I can't remember all of this because I have a lot to remember. I got Vapor Trails in a 48, C-Mets in a 4, Big Dane in a 9, Tremaine's Eagle in a 6, Danny God in a 2, Duha in the 18, Relic in a 24. Pedro will also be in the 11 car. I'm trying to remember who else is in this race, and there's 3 other guys that I cannot think of, and I pre-apologize for that. But I will get you those other 3 drivers. But those are their numbers and what they're running. I think another dark horse here, guys, is going to be the 6 car. I think Tremaine's Eagle showed a lot of promise last Thursday in the Xfinity race. Very strongly got a top 5 out of that. Can never count out Fluffy, though. Fluffy's always that guy. He's just sitting there snickering, just waiting for a moment. And yep. True fact. We will be getting our invites here momentarily, folks, so we can bring you live action from there. On the pole right now, I can't even see it. The guy's in the bottom. Relic will be running a 24 car tonight. First place will be KB Showtime in a 1 with a, oh my God, a 15.498 and a 15.601. Well, second, almost 2/10. Third is Duha with a 15.624. Other notable, Subi will be 10th. Fluffy will start 6th. Vapor Trail's 12th. Wow, I've never seen him start that far back. C-Mets is 13th. Stags will be 5th. Where's Big Dane? Big Dane will start 9th. But then again, Big Dane likes to slack off a little because that's what he does. 7th and 8th will be Tremaine's Eagle and Danny God in that order. The invites are coming, folks. So you're going to see a blank screen here for a minute. Once we accept these invites, as soon as I see Salzano's broadcast and they get the loading screen, we will then go into that lobby and hopefully get you something. I want to thank everybody for being here watching us tonight. I've been told that we expect a lot of people listening. We've already at one point had 8 people watching this broadcast, and I want to thank you all for your support. I'm going to do my very best to do what we need to do as far as being able to bring you a good broadcast. But is there anything else you'd like to add before we go, Cody?
If I get too excited, then don't cut me off.
I just got word that Stags will be restarting his internet, so it's going to take a minute. But guys, here we go. KB 15.498. Wow, is all I can say. That is, Keith, that is a very, very fast lap. Could KB be the guy that we're not talking about that we might have to tonight? Yeah, and I want to tell you this, Cody. You know, you sat there and said that you felt horrible with the 6:01 that Salzano did, which was the second fastest lap in qualifying, so he'll start on the outside of the front row. A 15.498, man. Chris Vaudrin qualified at about a 7-something last night. Almost 2 tenths quicker, Cody. 2 tenths. How do you feel about that?
You need to put him up in that PRL then.
Well, that's why he's there, because he's one of the best. I heard our names mentioned, folks, so we're going to have an invite soon. I do apologize for the delay, but they've been having some internet/server issues, so I do apologize for that. But I don't know about you guys, but the ants in my pants are starting to crawl hot and heavy, and we need to see some action here because I'm ready to call it. But again, I appreciate all of your support. Hopefully next week, if not even started tomorrow night, our Xfinity League on Thursday nights will start being broadcasted, I hope. Next week, we really need to get this truck league and this other PRL league going because these races this week, folks, have been so exciting. Absolutely exciting. Right now, they are in the loading screen, so I'm going to go grab my invite. We'll probably miss the first lap or two. So I pre-apologize to everybody for that delay. So you guys better get ready because we're hopping to it. I got the loading screen right now, as everybody can see. Again, I appreciate everybody's support and watching. Next year, we will have a channel solely dedicated to our online races. It'll probably be called Brutal TV or BTV, as I like to say, because it has a nice ring to it. But Cody, Keith, thank you guys for being here tonight. Let's go racing. Uh-oh. I might be in a race. Nope, I'm not. Here we go, folks. You see it right here. We're gonna... Whoop. Here we go, folks. You see it straight back from KB as they go side by side into turn 1. Salzano with the edge. It's nose to nose. Salzano takes the lead. Pedro's right behind him in 4th. KB's on the inside. Keith and Cody, whenever you guys get in, let me know. We got it looks to be the 18 car sitting in 4th. This is a great view. This is a really good start. We got somebody hitting the wall there back in the pack. It looks like the 19 car of Stags has gotten into the wall. Yes, they are. I have the aerial view right here so we can see how close these cars are. You see the 18 bumping a 1. Cody, is this bumping not going to be a part of all the whole race tonight?
We're going to have bumping left and right as I just watched the 24 is right now on the apron. The 24 is having problems right now.
Here I am up here with the 14 car. As you can see, he's running a Tony Stewart tribute car. And you have the field single file, Cody. This is crazy. This is not what was happening last night. We were side by side for a long time. Keith, what do you make of the single file racing this early in the race?
Right now is up to 4, passing the 6 right now with the 1 holding the line.
I was looking at basically what I'm looking at right now. We got the 6 car that was a pinball, and between guys we got the
2 cars wrecking in the backstretch.
19 and 48 both dig the wall, and I caught that on TV, so everybody got to see it. But that 6 car was a pinball, and I think that's one thing as these guys get ready to pit right now. As we're looking at about 53 laps to go approximately in this first stage. KB fell to 5th. I think I think you're right. I need to remind myself this is not the PRL, this is the PRL. These guys are very smart about containing their fuel mileage and saving their tires. I have to say that what I've seen already in this beginning of the race is not like what it was last night, but these guys are being very smart. They know that 250 laps here is demanding on tires. They know here that getting damage is almost inevitable. I think we all had it last night, even the winner. And just being conservative right now is a really big key. Unfortunately, we had the 2 car, the 24 car, the 6 car pinballing back and forth between cars and the wall, and of course the 48 hitting the wall. I want to ask you, Keith, are you kind of surprised the 9 car is where he is right now? Of course, I say that, he gets the lead. I'm watching a view right here, guys. I got the 9 car coming at me, the leader, and that first lap there were 3 wide. There's the 4 put the 1 up in the wall, and here we are. We got single file for the first 5 cars, possibly 6. We got the 18 fighting back there, what looks to be the 3 car of Subi, and that's a really good battle. Now I bring you the aerial vision presented by the BRS right here. The 11 car is really all over him, but don't look now because Salzano, who Dane and Salzano were 2 of the guys that would be picked to be up front here, are right there. And you got a good view of that beautiful paint scheme on a 9 car, but Salzano looks to the inside to the 11. As we go back to the 3 here, to get the view back here, we got the 18, just slightly put the 62 up in the wall just a little bit. Here you can see the front view right here. You can see the top 4 guys, including Fluffy, is right now, he is on the mark. Oh, something happened with the 22 car. 18 car is sideways going into what I do believe is turn 1. The 2 is sideways. The 48 hit him. The 24 in the wall. The 22 in the wall. The caution is out, folks. Caution is out. And I do believe the 9 car, as we know it, no, the 11 car is the leader. And I just want everybody to know we're about 1/3 of a lap behind the Salzano's broadcast of this as they start to race in real life. Oh. Hold on, folks. This is the first time we've ever had to deal with this actually this season. The boot rule is 10%. 250 lap race, you must complete 25 laps in order for the boot rule to be in effect. Stags did get kicked. So our broadcast may have to be paused here for a minute as we come back and get Stags. The rule is when Stags, they go back to get Stags, he's got to start last. Everybody lines up. They should be able to line up, make a pit stop, and then get green flag going racing there. But if for some reason Stags were to lag out again, then he will not be able to continue the race. And just so you know, guys, we will have to get out of this room as soon as we get back. Well, we're already out because they're going to have to resend us invites. And I will let you know per the broadcast when we get in there to the lone screen. So we've already seen, God, I can't remember how long that stage was. Was it like 57 laps, I think the first stage is? So we've seen probably
62.
What? 10 to 15, we've probably seen about 10 to 15 laps, guys. What do you guys take out of the first part of the race that we've already seen? If you guys hear real close, we're going to start calling this a rain delay. we have here ourselves what should be a short rain delay. If you hear in the background, you hear the jet dryers on a track, folks. They're out there drying the track. We apologize if they get disturbing at times, but you know this is only a mile and a half high bank racetrack, so periodically when people talk, we might hear the jet dryers for a minute. But Cody, what do you think so far of what we've seen on the racetrack as far as the single file racing, certain drivers are having bad luck right out of the gate? What do you think so far of what you've seen?
What I'm seeing right now is that the 24 is having problems. He had problems not even in 2 laps. It seemed like the same thing I had last night in the 2 car. So I'm hoping the team can fix it after the red flag, and they can get back. They can get back to where they need to be. But I am watching that 11 car, and he is going to the front. Like I called from the beginning, watch out for that 11 FedEx car.
Yeah, right now they're still having complications, guys. The rule states that when you get out of a room, for the boot rule, that you're supposed to invite everybody back in of how they were. An instant caution flag comes out when that driver gets booted. You pick up right where you were in the order. Salzano's job here will be to invite everybody back into the best of his ability, as far as every position that they were in. Invite them in that way, and then you have an immediate caution as soon as the race starts, and you go make a pit stop, and then however you come off a pit road is how you restart. But no matter what that 19 car does, Stags is going to have to start at the tail end. What we have right now is that the 14 car was not the leader at the time. So right now it looks like Dane will be hosting the lobby. The only 3 I see in the lobby would be Pedro and Salzano, but we're still having issues right now, and I pre-apologize for that jet dryer. He's going around. I'm telling you, this isn't no NASCAR jet dryer here, Keith and C Dizzle. I pay big money for these freaking jet dryers. These jet dryers will get this track dry within 10 to 15 minutes at the very most. I'm telling you, these guys they're gonna be on a fresh track, a green track. They're gonna be ready to go. I don't know where you guys are sitting, but I know my view. I got my hat on. I have to tighten my sweatshirt because it's only 64 degrees in the room I'm in. So I gotta sit here and tighten my coat when that jet dryer goes by. Make sure my hat doesn't blow off, or my headset for that matter. So right now we have. Yeah, well, you better go chase it. We have a few minutes, so you better go get it because it says BTV on it. We need promo, guys. We need promo. We got to get that name out there for sure. But feel free to grab, and I'm not being paid to say this, but feel free to grab a Dr. Pepper with cream soda. Feel free to grab a regular Dr. Pepper. I diet Dr. Pepper. I don't care what you drink. Dr. Pepper's the shiznit, or a Mountain Dew if you love sugar. Feel free to grab some popcorn. I'm not going to promote Jiffy Pop or anything, but feel free to get some popcorn because this race will get exciting right now. And again, I appreciate everybody. I'm not sure if we're having technical difficulties because I'm still being told that Keith is being difficult to hear. But we'll be all right. You got through it last week. Get through it this week. I just hope these drivers can get through it because I don't know. I got to tell you, Keith, Bristol alone can be a headache. And now they're waiting longer. And now they're waiting longer and longer to get this race started. They now have 8 guys in a room out of 14. So we're getting there, folks. We just ask you to bear with us. We'll get there. I know it sounds something simple to everybody out there in reality, but here in the virtual world of the Brutal Racing Series, as we have experienced, I've been to online racing and had the BRL since 2012. In 8 years, I've realized that sometimes the easiest things in online racing can be the most difficult to deal with. This is a tough situation to deal with when you're trying to get everybody in appropriate spots. And since we have this airtime, I do want to let people know that by Stags getting his start tonight, he becomes chase eligible. So all he's got to worry about now is points. And KB tonight, who had our poll at a 15.498, which I still can't get over. That's freaking fast, man. KB needs 44 or more points in tonight's race to clinch a chase spot. Right now, the only 2 who have clinched. I'm gonna ask you, Cody. Who do you think the only two drivers in PRL have clinched a chase spot? You want to take a shot at it?
Is it going to be the 2 big guys?
Depends on who you consider.
The 14?
There you go. Salzano and Dane. Salzano is the point leader, by the way. He's not anywhere near clinching the regular season title yet, which, by the way, for those who do not know, the playoff points work as follows. We have 2 stages in every race plus the race itself. Each stage we give the top 5 points, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and an order of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So in other words, first will get 5, fifth will get 1. On top of that, the winner of the stage gets 1 playoff point. And on top of the race, if you win the race, let's just say like last night, I won both stages at Bristol, so I got 2 playoff points. Plus I got the 10 points that I accumulated in the stages. Well, Devin, again, congratulations to our first-time winner last night in the 88 car. Went out there, did something Alex Bowman may never do. That's win at Bristol. And he went out there, and when he won that race, he got a playoff point. So playoff points are very valuable, folks. And when you win the regular season title, which right now of all 4 leagues going into tonight, I, Batman, lead both the BFL Trucks, the PRL Cup, and Salzano leads the PRL Cup, and he also leads the Xfinity, which he had a really large Xfinity race, but he had to miss last week because of a family obligation. So the regular season champion gets 2 points. So winning the regular season title is very, very huge because the first 2 races in the PRL chase are Las Vegas, which can be a trying track, in Watkins Glen, which is a curveball that I want to send to these guys because I wanted to make them work for it. So those 2 playoff points that Salzano and Dana fight for, that KB is not mathematically eliminated from it. So by him clinching a chase spot tonight, which I'd really love to see him do because KB is a class act guy. I love that guy to death. It would be really awesome to see him clinch a chase spot. Obviously, if he doesn't get all those points tonight, he will probably do it next week. Now, and also, and I don't mean to keep rambling on about this, but I want our people out there to know, I'll update you real quick. They're getting ready to go into the lobby here in a couple seconds, and we'll be going back racing. To go in here, Salzano just told me I'm clear. I honestly forgot what I was talking about because now I'm anxious to go racing again. So here we go, folks. I'm sorry the screen is blank, but I'm getting ready to go into that lobby to watch these guys on Salzano's podcast. I can see that they are in the loading screen. I am now going to be in a loading screen myself to go watch the race. I thank you guys for staying with us. I apologize for the delays. Unfortunately, we can't control our internet. To a certain point we can, but we can't control whether or not it kicks us or don't kick us. So whatever I can give you guys for information watching so you can understand how the points work. You know, first place gets 40, 40th place will get 1. It's on a 40 to, what I call the 40 to 1 point system. I've told you about stages, told you about playoff points, so you guys know how it is now, why stage points are so valuable. They are getting ready to race here momentarily. As we see the field, Big Dane will be the leader here. There should be an immediate caution. I'm not sure if they're going to. By the looks of it, they're not going to. They're just going to go straight racing, which is, hey, if they all agree to it, who am I to stop them? But here we are, Keith. We're going neck and neck, the 9 and the 11.
There it goes.
Unfortunately, I think I have the 11 car lagging a little bit here, but as I'm watching the area view between the 2 leaders, the 11 car has the lead on Dane. Dane pulls into the inside. He sneaks out to the lead for a little bit, but the 11 comes back on strong on the outside, which that looks like the 9 car hit the apron a little bit. Now the 18 and the 22, fluff. They're back in the picture. The 18 bumps him once, not twice, looking for it a 3rd time. He goes to the outside. The 9 car still leads him, Cody. What are you seeing?
I'm seeing the same thing too. I see the 11 a little bit lagging, but somewhere he's pulling away from the 9 car. You got the 18 catching up to the 9, and you got Fluffy way up there. He's coming up nice and slow.
Here we go, folks. We have the front view from the 9 car, which he is in 2nd place right now. As we can see, everybody is single file. We have movement back there with the 4 and the 48. The 48 goes high. He got in the wall a little bit off of turn 4. And he forced a little backup back there. Now we got some guys passing. I am trying to go back here, folks, to give you some of this view so we can see some action. Right here we have the 2 car of Danny got the 4. Well, Salzano was on the apron. Oh, he hit the wall, as I see on his podcast. He came out of the not Turner, my bad, I'm not promoting TBS or anything. But he came out of the last turn there, turn 2, when he went down and got the apron on the front stretch. And now, according to this, he's all the way back to 9th place, guys. 14 spins off the turn. The 48 car came off the wall, put the 48 on the apron, and he spins. That is exactly what happened to me last night with about 40 to go in a PRL race that ruined my race. The good thing for Salzano, 1, the caution just came out, and 2, that it happened early in the race, Cody.
Yeah, it happened really early in the race. I mean, like we said, we had the red flag. Now we have this caution. So a lot of guys are going to try to get their adjustments back in these cars. And then we're going to go back to green here in the next few moments. And we'll see what these guys can do again, even though they're giving us an amazing show right now.
Yeah, right here, folks. I got the 11 in first, the Pedro. We got Big Dan in second. We got Doha and Fluffy in the top 4. And I'm going to try to go back here to see who we got 5th. We have Subi and the 3 car, who we really haven't talked a lot about, Cody. He came from the BFL Rookie Truck Series, if you will. Although I don't think that truck league's a rookie truck league anymore. But Subi won the Richmond race, and here we didn't really talk much about him last week. He had a really bad race, but he's up to 5th. And here we go for the restart, folks. You're going to see it. I am on Big Dane. That is where my camera is. We're going to look back as we're side by side going into turn 1. We got the Joe Gibbs Toyotas sitting first and third right there. The 11 goes out, who looks to be still lagging on my screen, unfortunately. And then we have the 9. We only got the top 2 that are spread out. Fluffy is being very persistent on the outside of the 18 car. 18 goes up just a little and puts him in a wall, Cody. Now we got 3 wide, Cody.
I'm watching the 3 wide battle between the 1, the 2, and the 48 right now. And I think the 48 back down. The 2 got the win on that 3 wide battle.
Here we go right here. I got the follow cam behind. Oh, the 19 goes down, hits the wall off turn 4. And now here we are. I got Salzano here. He's looking inside of Tremaine's with Matt is too old right in front of him. We got Matt, we got Tremaine's, and we got Salzano right here. The 48, we haven't seen much out of him tonight up to this point. But as you can see, the battle for third up there is heating up between the 18 and the 22.
Well, you got to look out, folks. I think the 4 is sneaking up into that little battle right there with these guys. And Fluffy just gave a little jerk, and he just went into the wall number 4.
Yes, we do. We're watching air review right now for the 22 car with the 18 car. I'm going to change the view here so we can see it as the camera shakes as they fly, steaming hot right into turn 1, hotter than a baked potato out of the oven. And Fluffy sitting right here getting on the 18 car. The 3 and the 4 are, well, they were side by side for a hair of a second, and I'm talking a very small hair. Probably an elephant hair on his trunk. But here we go. Fluffy's looking to the inside of the 18. The 18 has the preferred groove off the turn. Fluffy gets into the 18 off the turn. The 11 seems to have a sizable lead on the 9. The 9 has a pretty decent way back to the 18 car. Look at the camera shake, folks. Folks, we can't make this stuff up. This is real. These guys are going this fast at Bristol. I was going that fast at Bristol. I remember a modified driver told me some time ago when I interviewed him during one of my old NASCAR podcasts. I asked him what it was like to race Bristol. He said, Bob, I got to hold my breath. I can't breathe. I said, well, how do you not breathe for 100 laps? He's like, it's Bristol. You find a way. That gives you, and a modified to slow. Oh, we got the 4 looking sideways here. As I'm going to try to change the camera angle here to look back. We still got the 4 behind the 3, but he was sideways coming off of turn 2.
I'm sitting here watching this race, you guys. I'm seeing these guys, a lot of them are racing close to that wall. And I just love watching. I feel like I'm watching Darlington at Bristol right now.
This is definitely for sure. As I look at Salzano's podcast, we're approximately about lap 21 of 62 here. Salzano's 3.1 seconds behind the leader. Salzano's best lap right now is the 15.727, but something tells me his car just ain't right now with these leaders. As we switch back here to the 3 and the 4, this looks to be one of the many battles that we have going on at track right now. I'm going to change this camera view. You can see back to the 4 is really close. We go to the air review. As Fluffy goes to the outside of the 9 car, and we have the 4 on the inside of the 3. Doha is now up to second, folks. Big Dane is dropping. Cody, do you think that this could be the tires?
I don't know. I'll be honest with you, I've been watching for him for a few laps, and he's just going backwards. I don't know if maybe it is the tires, but just remember, Bob, they just put fresh tires on these about a couple laps ago. So I'm starting to think they might have a little bit of car, and he's in the wall right now.
Dane spins, and he hits the wall head on to the inside of the track. I'm going to go back here, folks, and try to get to what we can see with it. I apologize for not covering it totally, but I do not see him right now. I'm going to try to go to, here's Dane right here. Here's the cam up we have on him. He's crossing the start-finish line, and he's probably about a half a track behind, I'd have to say, at this moment in time. He can see the back part right there going into turn 2, and Dane, obviously, we can't see the damage, folks. In air review, I don't really see a whole heck of a lot of damage, but taking from somebody who's done exactly what he has, he probably sees more damage than what we see, Cody. Do you think Big Dane can recover from this?
So far, I believe he can. If a caution comes out, hey, he did it. But I'm going to think he's going to have to pit. That's the problem I had yesterday when I met that inside wall. you know, your car is going to be done.
Here we are looking at the leader right now. We got the 24 car that's 1 lap down. As he tries to hold on to it, the leaders are coming up. Good job, bro. Good car control, man. I'm proud of you. As we got right there, we got the 18 and the 22 for Cody. This battle for second and a battle for third is really starting to heat up right now.
Well, right now we got both Joe Gibbs cars 1 and 2, but then you got that good old Penske 22 coming up, and I believe that's the 3 and 4th place.
Yes, I do believe it is. I think Keith is having some technical issues, so Keith, when you get back, just let us know, bud. We're here. Even if they can't hear you, we'll fix it for the next race, but you can get on whenever. Just let me know when you're back. But the 3 car, Stubby's coming out of nowhere. No, I said this last week, and I've been saying it all season, but especially last week because it was our first broadcast with commentary. That 18 car is no joke, guys. He's a serious role in every race. Every track we go to, Duh is always there at some point in a race, threatening for that lead. And at some point, he's just 1 tick away from being a guy to beat at a good portion of these tracks. As we see this battle right here, not to toot the horn, but look who's behind the 3 car, Cody. He's a coming.
You know, Bobby just took the words right out of my mouth. I was about to say that too. Look who's in 5th place.
Oh, Subi goes low. He goes high. Fluffy puts on a block low, which I got to tell you, I love Fluffy to death, but blocking early at Bristol isn't always the smartest thing. Oh, the 18 loses control of his car. He goes down to the inside. He loses second. Salzano's coming up. He already passed Subi. Now he's on the outside of the 18 car. Subi's coming, folks. I don't know if that'll...
We're going to save it. 18 sideways.
Yes, folks, the 18 was so sideways, we don't see him anymore, but we have...
the 62 in the wall.
I'm trying to get back there. Welcome back. Oh, we got the 2 and the 18. Oh, Danny just went down. He's pulling out the 20. Oh, the 62. Big Dane up in a wall to avoid it. If that is not a caution, folks, I don't know what is. And the cars are going slow. I don't know what that was, but that's called the Bristol fiasco right there. I'm going to give that a name and call the big one at Bristol. That's what that is, baby. Just to give everybody a rundown, we got Pedro, Fluff, Subi, Salzano, C-Mets, top 5. Stag, Tremaine's Eagle, KB, Vapor, Danny, and 10th. So that incident right there, guys, was 10th, 11th, and 12th. And probably 13th, because Danny's in 10th. So that crash happened late in the field. So Big Dane went from dropping to 4th, all the way back to like right around 11th, 12th, and 13th, picking it back up. Keith, what do you think of Dane's troubles? Do you think he can recover from that? Okay, folks, I want to let you know right now, we have 23 laps to go in this stage at the line. Pedro is right there. I'm sorry. It's Pedro. It's Fluff. It's Subi. Salzano battling with the 4 car. You can see him by Stags. Where did Stags come from? The 19 is up there battling for 5th, guys. Remember, the top 5 get points. And these guys are duking it out. There's the 6 car. Oh, my God. Where did Tremaine's come from? He came from nowhere, except the other side of Bristol, I guess. And now he's in the actual Bristol, and he's fighting Fluffy is all over the 11 car. This is amazing right here. The 22 is all over Pedro. Yes, he is, and Subi and Salzano, who is right there, is looking for 3rd as he peeks on the inside. 3 does have the preferred line, but who's going to get the run off the turn? It looks like the 3 has a little bit of a run. We're going to go back here and enjoy this for a minute, folks, because this is a hell of a battle right here. Fluff is really putting the pressure on Pedro. As you see it right here, Cody, at the line, when the 11 hits the line, we got 18 laps to go in stage 1 as 3 gets into the wall off of turn 4. Stags looks to the inside. Not 1, not 2, but 3 wide, folks, as they go in here. Stags passing Salzano. What a ballsy move right there for Stags. A great move to get that spot, Cody.
We got a battle for third. We got a battle for the lead. And while the 11 and the 22 are battling for the lead, they're pulling away from 3, 4, 5. I don't know how to keep track of these guys.
Here we go. Stags is in third. We got the 14 and 3 right here battling for fourth and fifth. As the 14 seems to have the edge on him coming out. 3 with the preferred line. Got a little bit of a run coming, but not enough. As he digs deep into the turn, Salzano will get fourth. God, man, I don't know. I mean, it's really tough right now because that 11 car is so strong. As Subi right here is getting ready to lose fifth to the 6 car as he has the preferred line coming off of 4. There will be 5, I do believe 5 laps to go as I'm trying to pay attention to the laps. 13, there'll be 13 laps to go. This time by the 22 looking inside. I got to tell you, Cody, the 22 does look strong, but how's he going to get around the 11 to try to get this playoff point?
I'm going to be honest with you. I've been wanting to say this all night. He's going to rattle his cage.
Well, it is Bristol. It may not be Dale Earnhardt and Terry Labonte, or even Rusty Wallace for that matter, but it is possible that we could get some rattles of some cages here. As I'm going to look to the area view of Fluff's car here, as he's the one trying to go on for it. Fluff, yeah, I'll tell you right now, guys, I've raced with Fluff for many years. And I can tell right now by his driving that he is driving the hell out of that Ford Mustang. And he is doing everything in his power to get that 11 car. And I got to tell you, this is the first time I've seen Fluff give Pedro a true challenge. Pedro has his hands full, Keith. Oh, we got the 24 that spun out, I do believe, and a 62. Oh, their cars are ghosted because they went through a Big Dane and stopped right there and turned 4. I'm not sure what that's going to be as Fluff is all over. The 14 goes inside, hits the wall. Relic is doing everything he can to control that thing. Relic's car looks exceptionally loose. Big Dane is on pit road. Big Dane is on pit road in the 9 car.
I think Fluffy just made that mistake by going on that apron.
Right here, 6 laps to go. 6 to go. One hand and a thumb, folks. Don't lose your thumb because we need it for one more lap before you get that hand out. 6 laps to go. I do believe that Fluff going to the apron might have been a little bit of a mistake. I'm going to go over to the 11 car here so we can see it first. Yes, it does.
I hate to cut you guys off. I was just told that the 9 had a pick because they had a flat going.
If there's a driver that can come back, and there it is, folks. I think you just saw it. Big Dane will win your stage. It looks like Fluff will be second. As I'm going to try to go back in the order here. Fluff will be second. I do believe Stags would be third. I do believe. I apologize. My fingers aren't that quick. It looks like Salzano. Yeah, Salzano will be fourth, and Subi Dude with a really good run to take up that last point. So we got it, folks. It's Pedro, Fluffy, Stag, Salzano, Subi, your top 5. Tremaine, Cemets, Vapor, Duha, and Danny God rounds out your top 10. I'm going to guess by this that Relic will probably be a couple laps down at this point, along with Big Dane. Big Dane's car, guys, just does not look it's all there. Cody, what do you think so far after this first stage with the heated battle between Pedro and Fluff? Pedro grabbing another playoff point. How do you guys feel about the first stage?
I feel like the big drivers are having problems tonight. To be truthfully honest, we've seen Dane, we've seen Salzano. Like, all the big name drivers are having the problem tonight. Yeah,
all but Pedro, as we're here on a restart with KB. What do you think of that first stage, Keith, and what have we got to look forward to? I hate to say this because I am, for one, not a Toyota fan, and nor am I a really big fan of Joe Gibbs, but all three Joe Gibbs cars in this race, the 11, 19, and the 18, at one point, they have all shown muscle. And right now, Cody, we got the 19 with Salzano in third. The 19 is all over this 11 car.
You know what? The second night in a row of Joe Gibbs 19 is being strong at Bristol.
That is true. Chris Vaudrin did a great job of it last night. Not the same paint scheme, but it don't matter. They got to run different ones, so so we wink don't have the same cars running at Bristol. But Staggs is really putting up an effort here, and he peeks to the outside. What do you think of that line that Pedro's running, Keith? It looks very strong. Yeah, don't look down with that 14 cars there, Cody. I predict Magic Shoe Salzano to be up here and have a spot, and there he is. Subi, I got to tip my hat to Subi. Subi is doing a phenomenal job tonight. He had a really bad race, a really bad race last week, but if I'm not mistaken, is that not the 18 car in Fluff fighting for fifth? It looks like it is, folks. The 24 is going to the pits.
Well, I got the 4 in the pits right now as well.
If you're keeping track, folks, we've got 3 Joe Gibbs cars, or 3 Toyotas in the top 5, as they all look very, very strong with 1 Ford and 1 Chevy. Come on, Fluff, put that Ford up there. We need more Fords there. I'm not being biased. I'm just rooting for the car. For the people that pay me to run their truck and run their car, I got to root for them. I'm paid to do it. I apologize. Of course, it is virtual currency, but hey, what nobody knows won't hurt them. But here we go. As you can see up there, folks, this is a hot battle for second, Cody, between the 19 and the 14.
Right now we got the 1 going really slow right now, and the 14 looks like he's going back a little bit. But I just want to give a heads up and an update. The number 4 car is done for the day. He's in the garage.
Well, something must have broke on that, folks, as we see it right here. We see that the 4 car is in pit road, and unfortunately for C-Mets, that might be the end of his day. We'll get back to you in a little while if we hear anything about that car. But here we are, folks. We're going to switch to the 2 car here for a minute. As you can see, the field in front of them is looking really good. And yes, again, I am paid by Ford to show the Ford cars, so I do apologize for that, for those non-Ford fans. But here we go with Danny God right here. We'll switch up to the 6. Yes, it's another Ford. And we're right here with Big Dan. I'm going to guess, by looking at this, that Big Dan has got to be probably a couple laps down, 1, probably 2. As we watch, folks, I was trying to switch to that battle, but I caught the 19 car and the 14 duking it out. And here we are for a second. I got to tell you, Keith and Cody, I've seen a lot of these races in PRL. I've seen Salzano's broadcast before we started doing it with commentary. And Pedro, when he's been strong at races, he's usually running away. But I got to tell you guys, Pedro's not running away with it tonight. I tell you, we have a heated battle here. I got to tell you, you want 2 guys that race each other with a ton of respect. It's these 2 guys right here, the 19 and the 14. I've seen many races these 2 have raced. Staggs is not afraid to put the fenders to Salzano, move them, and Salzano's willing to do the same. It's a great run. There is 42 laps to go, folks. Make it 41 and a half. That's a lot of fingers to count. I'd show you, but I don't have enough fingers. Not even with my toes would I be able to do it. But I am right here, as you said that, Keith. I went to Big Dane's view, sitting right here because he's got both front and back. The 18 and 22 have a heated battle. These two have been kind of getting into each other a little bit all night long and sharing a little bit of love, if you will, between each other. But I'm going to go back up front because it looks like we have a heated battle up front, folks.
Well, the 14 has now went past the 19th for second, but the number 3 car is now coming from third place. They just passed Case. They just passed the 1 car.
I'm being told, guys, that the 4 car had transmission issues. Something very rare that happens at Bristol. Something I don't think I've ever heard happen at Bristol. But you had a transmission go out, and it was terminal. Nothing they could fix. So it's a really bad day for that 4 car. That 4 car has not exactly had the best 2 days at Bristol. I can assure you that. But here we are watching Subi right here, giving Bass Pro Shop some TV time as we watch. Oh, here we go. We got Big Dame passing him. And he looked a little slow. I thought for a split second there a caution might have come out. But apparently not. As the 9, I'm pretty positive that the 9's at least 1 lap down, if not 2. If he gets back on the lead lap, I think that 9 car is going to be one to mess with. Because I think he'll be strong. 35 laps to go, folks, in the stage. 35 before they reach that long 100-plus laps. As we got the 18 car, something happened with the 9, and I was looking at Salzano's broadcast here, but something happened with the 18 car. We caught it. I'm not exactly sure what happened, but the 18 went down. The 48 seems to be slow, and this is odd. I've run with Brandon for many, many years, many, many races. This 48 car seems to be really off, as the 11 car passed them to put him a lap down. What do you make of the troubles that the 48's having tonight, Cody?
As I'm watching tonight's race, I feel like all the Hendrick cars are having problems. The 24's been in and out of pits. The 9 has problems. Now that I'm hearing the 48 is having problems. Something is wrong with the Chevy. And by the way, when I talk about Hendrick, remember that 1 car also has a Hendrick motor in it, and they're also having problems right now.
Yeah, and so, how ironic we sit here and say this, Cody, and a Hendrick car won last night. So I guess we know where they put all their money and their power into as we see KB go to pit road. We are spread out, folks. This is something you don't normally see at Bristol. Everybody is spread out. And so we'll sit here with Relic for a minute. We'll watch him as he obviously went another lap down, but he's sitting here. Great car control, nice and smooth. These Hendrick cars, I have to agree, Keith. What is up with these Hendrick cars tonight? They were strong last night, win the PRL race here, and a cup car at Bristol. And now you got the 24, the 48, and the 9, just nothing but trouble tonight. Cedos, are you surprised, Cody, that at this moment in time, we're about on lap 34 of 62, are you surprised that we're starting to see guys have issues with tires?
To be honest with you, no, I'm not seeing a problem with this. It's happening, and I also started to see these guys slow it down. As I'm watching the 14, I see the 2 sideways on the front stretch, I believe.
Yeah, the 2 is down there. He's slow, but we got somebody up high that went by him. I do believe that was the 18 car. As we sit here, I'm going to try to go through the order here with you guys. We got the 48 on pit road. I'm not sure if he's done for the night. He may be done for the night, but Cody, if you can get a word on that 48 and find out what's wrong. I'm not sure, but he kind of disappeared from the track, and now I see his car on pit road, and he may be done for the night.
Right now, I don't got any updates. So I'm going to give it about a couple minutes, but maybe we'll get back to you on that, Bob. But right now, we don't know what's going on. Like you said, the 4F transmission song. Something's going on tonight. I feel like I'm watching Dover, that Miles Monster came to visit and is taking out the drivers.
With 23 laps to go right now, the lead is approximately 1 second 1 second, and I'm going to tell you guys.
Hate to cut you off, Bob, but the 9 is now sideways.
Oh, the 24 and the 2. And turn 1 and 2, I do believe that was.
18 and the 6.
They got into the 11 car, the leader, and here is Salzano to the outside to pass the lead. There is a caution, folks. Caution is out. Boy, that moment was heated. That's the thing with Bristol, guys, is, you know, for you who have never raced a video game, I'm sure if you watch it on TV, and if you're any form of NASCAR fan, you got to know the one thing about Bristol, just watching it, things happen so fast. You don't have time to think. You don't have time to, don't eat while you race. Don't drink while you race. I'm sitting here trying to take a sip, and by the time Cody and Keith are done talking, I can't take a sip of my Dr. Pepper with cream soda because there's too much action going on at this track. Now, hopefully, with this caution flag, I can get something juicy to drink, so that way I can feel a little bit better. But how do you think, Keith? Do you think Salzano is going to be able to? Because he's catching him. He was about close to 2 seconds back at one point, and when that caution came out, he was 0.8 of a second behind the 11 car. Cody and Keith, do you think Keith first? Do you think that the 14 car is going to snag the stage? Well, here we go, folks. The 11's up high, which I like to believe is the preferred line. The other Joe Gibbs Toyota right there, the 19 car goes down, hits the 3 car just a little. The 11 takes the lead. I got to tell you, Keith, the 14 is not his preferred line, Cody. He was put down there, and as we can see, the higher the 14 runs, the better he seems to be. So we're 3 wide. Coming out of turn 4 as Fluffy gets in the wall, and we got a big action, and the 2 hits the wall head on.
And we got a big pile up in the turn.
We saw right here, folks, for the first time in BRS history in the broadcast commentary, we saw a car on its roof as the 62 car was on its roof on a backstretch.
So I hate to give you guys the heartbreak on the 48. Blown motor.
A blown motor. There's 2 things that have happened tonight, folks. A terminal issue with a transmission and a motor is gone. The 4 and the 48 will be out. Remainder of the night, that stinks. That's 1 less Ford, 1 less Chevy to compete with these Toyotas. What do you make of these Toyotas? Do you think it's a Toyota thing, Keith? Or do you think it's just the driver behind the wheel? I don't want to interrupt you real quick. They just pitted. The only 2 cars on the lead lap that pitted was the 14 and the 18. What do you make of that, Keith? I will tell you here in a second, right as they crossed the line before, it was 14. So as they cross the line, just come by, there will be 13 laps to go at the line. Look at that, 19. Oh, they crashed. And the 3. And the 22 spin sideways in turn 1 and 2. What an incident, but man, that 19.
The 11 took out his own teammate.
I correction, it was turn 3 and 4, not turn 1 and 2. I do apologize. But folks, in case you have not noticed, the action's heating up. And we're getting the age of stage 2. There's the playoff point. As of right now, it's Pedro, Tremaines, Matt, Salzano, Fluffy. Their top 5. Salzano with the freshest tires. Duha, who also has a set of fresh tires. Subi, Stags, Danny, and Big Dane. Danny will get the free passes. He's the lucky dog. Big Dane, as of right now, is 4 laps down, guys. He's 4 laps down in 10th. This just in, I don't know if the 18's got damaged, but the 18 and the 19 were the only 2 lead lap cars that pitted. Everybody else stayed out, and again, Danny God did get the free pass. Big Dan would now be in a lucky dog spot, 4 laps down.
And now let's see what the number 6 can do on this restart. He's starting second, and he's giving Pedro a run on the first in the turns 1 and 2.
Oh, but Pedro got such a run off of turn 2, and now the 6 is all over him. 6.
Oh, we got a wreck.
The 19 and another wreck on our front stretch. What to do? There was 8 to go at the time of that incident. Another caution has come out, folks. I don't know about you guys, but man, Turn
I
that.
think Patience just left the house.
I'll tell you right
That's what
now,
just
if anybody's got your ovens on and you're in the kitchen watching this race, you need to turn them freaking things off because this race is going to get heated up here in a second. You can bake your cake, bake your pies, and bake your baked potatoes, folks, because this race is going to give you the hotness you need to cook it up because you do not save your electricity. Help your electricity bill out. Just watch this race. It's going to get heated up here, folks. It's going to be unbelievable. Just like I said last week, not the promoter, but I got Jennifer Lopez's goosebumpies all over me right now because these last couple laps are going to be completely exciting, Keith. Do you think anybody has anything for the 11 car? The 18 car was the only lead lap car that pitted, folks. The only one that pitted. Here we go on a start. Tremaine's on the outside. Pedro inside. Salzano third. 62 on the outside. Fluffy in fifth. And here we go, folks. As they cross the line right there, they had 4 to go.
Oh, the 14 down there.
And another incident. The 19-2 spin in the back of the pack. And another caution is out, folks. This is going to be very simple. The stage is going to end very shortly. At the time that Pedro hits the line, right there, 3 laps to go. This may be the end. That is the end of the stage, folks. I just saw it. So Pedro will get that. It was the 11, the 6 of Tremaine's, the 22 of Fluffy, the 14 of Salzano, and the 5 of Subi. Again, Subi sneaks in to get that 1 point. We have the 6, the 22, 14, and 3 are pitting. The 2 is pitting. Big Dane is now going to be 2 laps down, guys. He's already getting, after this caution, he'll only be 2 laps down. And I'm waiting to see if Pedro's going to pit. Salzano's not pitting yet. Salzano and Pedro right now do not look like they're going to pit, nor is Duha. Oh, they are pitting, folks. Duha should have the lead right here on this start. Whoops. My bad. I wanted to go to the 18 car. There we go. We got the 18 car right here, folks. You see it first. This is your leader, Duha, if his dad's out there. Hi, Duha's dad. We appreciate you watching. But there's the 18 and 19. Joe Gibbs' car's up fighting for the lead.
Here comes Stags.
Toyotas are sitting 1, 2, 3, guys. 1, 2, 3 for the Joe Gibbs Toyotas. If you're hungry, grab the Snickers because this is going to get entertaining. Because I can tell you all this action, folks, we can ship at FedEx overnight because he's coming in third. What a race we got for the lead, guys.
But look who's sneaking up. Look who's sneaking up now. Here comes Fluffy.
Fluffy said, Toyota, what? I'm here. I'm here, folks. I'm here to run. Him and 18 have had a lot of run-ins tonight. Stags is doing a really good job right now holding off the 11 car, but I got to tell you, those fresh tires in that groove, a lot of people ran that line last night with fresh tires. Oh, 3 wide. 3 wide for fourth as Tremaine's passes both of them. As Fluffy makes 3 wide again, but no goal, no avail. The 6 gets into the 3. I got to tell you, folks, that 6 car is looking awfully darn good tonight.
While the fourth place guys are battling, you got 1, 2, and 3 places. They're pulling away right now in those Toyotas.
Here we go. I want to show you guys a little bit of action here in back of the pack as Fluffy has dropped all the way back to here where I'm going to say is about 8th or 9th spot. And this is crazy they fell back. He was just battling for third, guys. This is crazy that the 22 fell his back Salzano, making an inside pass on a 3, the 22 right behind him. The 62 the outside of Danny God as we have some side-by-side action going into what I do believe is turn 3. We're going to ride with the 6 here for a minute, guys, because I got told that Castro GTX wanted some sponsorship, so here we go. As he's catching the leads, I got to tell you guys, this 6 car looks very fast tonight.
Now, were you guys watching the same race as I am? Do you think anyone has anything for these top Toyotas?
Well, it may not be the 11. It may not be the 11, Keith. I'm sitting here watching the 6. And that 14, I'm sure it was just a gentleman's agreement. The 6 went high, 14 goes low. That 14, don't look now, but there's the 4 coming, folks. And it's not the 22 who has been very, very strong all night. It's that 14 car coming. And Subi is all over the 6 car as they fight for 5th. Him and the 11 made contact. The 18 jumped to the opportunity to grab second. I'm telling these guys, these Toyotas better watch. That 14 car is coming. Oh, look at the battle for 5th back there. 3 wide between a 22-6 and a... I'm sorry I can't make out that other car, but what a heck of a battle there. Yes, it is, as we just went to Fluffy. There's the 3 car, folks. Unfortunately, we can't see the damage. I'd really, really wish we could see the damage. We saw it last week. I'm not sure why we can't see it this week. But as it is right now, it's Stags, Pedro, Salzano, Tremaine, top 5, Matt, Fluffy, Danny, Subi, Big Dane is going to be 1 lap down. You heard it here, folks. I'm telling you right now, the 9 cars are coming. Yes, he may only be 1 lap down, but all it's going to take is 1 more caution. KB is 4 laps down, and Relic is 11 laps down, as the 48 and the 4 are officially now declared not going to finish DNF cars. So there you have it. KB is 4 laps down, which is really disappointing because I know he had his hopes high for tonight. But what do you make of this, Cole? All the lead lap cars are pitting, as I see here. What do you guys think of Big Dane only being now 1 lap down? Here we are, folks. I thought the 14 car was restarting second, but apparently not. Here we are with the 18 car with Doha as they tap the 19. There's no teammates here, folks. The 11 drills the 19, the 19 hits the 18, the 18 hits the 19. Dude, there is no team orders here. The 11 gets the 18. I was wondering if those 2 would hit. Who am I to think? This is Bristol. Of course they are. Everybody's going to hit. Side by side for second place, and Salzano is all over the 11. Here we go, folks. We're looking back from the 19 as the 19 comes flying at you with the auto owner's insurance car right here. And we have, man, what a battle for second, Cody. These guys are putting on a hell of a show right now.
Yeah, if I'm watching between the 11 and the 18, that 14, he gets up there and he backs out because the 11 and the 18 look like they're going to bump each other, and that's going to open the door for the 14 to get by these guys.
I really wish the lag wasn't so bad because that 11 car looks like he's all over the place. But I promise you guys, that is not Pedro. Pedro is a very, very good racer. Here we go. We got the aerial view of the 11 cars. You can sit right here and you see 4 cars bumper nose to tail. The lagging really stinks. Oh, something happened with Pedro as he got loose off of turn 4. Drops back to 5th. The one thing, guys... Oh, whoops. The 11 and the 62 shared a lot of sheet metal. I don't know if the 62, if Matt's going to want to order anything through FedEx anytime later. He hits the 22. Apparently he doesn't like Shell Pennzoil. Apparently Matt does not. Oh, in the 1. This is unbelievable, folks. The change of events that are happening late in stage 2 from now is absolutely crazy. There you go. There's your top 3, 19, 14, 18. A lot of teams up here. We got Stags, Salzi, Pedro, Matt, top 5, Tremaine, Danny, Subi, Fluffy, top 9, and yes, Big Dane is 10th. And folks, he was 4 laps down, and on this restart, he will be a lead lap car and be able to get his laps back, as we have exactly 100 laps left. These guys have already duked it out for 150. I don't know, man. I got the goosebumpies. If it wasn't for J-Lo telling me about them, I probably wouldn't have them, but I got them. And I don't know what to make of this. Here we go, folks. This is a restart. You're seeing it here from the view of the 11 car coming right at you. FedEx right to your face so you can see it all. The 19 takes the early lead just by a little. He pulls out away. Here comes the 62 inside of the 11. 19 goes on the apron. He goes up to the wall. He gets hit by the 11. The 6 is loose. 3 wide for 6. The 62 loses it. He spins on a front stretch by himself. That will not be a caution, as relaxed cautions have to involve 2 or more cars.
And I got the 22 spinning again. Something's going on with Fluffy, but as I see that, the 9 is coming.
But guys, even more of a surprise, Dane being up front isn't a surprise, coming back from 4 laps at Bristol is, but we got Danny got in 4th. We have not talked about him all night in the 2 car, and he was just side by side battling for Salzano. As you see the battle for 5th between Doha and Subi, 18 and 3 respectively, that battle's heating up for 5th, and we got a battle for 7th between the 6th and the 9, and Big Dane is now, I can't believe I'm saying this, Big Dane is 7th. $92 laps to go, folks. 92. I wish I had that many fingers, but I definitely don't. As we're going to see right here, a battle. Subi is dropping back. We got the 19, the 11, 1-2. The 14 is in 3rd, the 18 is 4th, and the 3 gets into Dane. Here we go, folks. I'm going to give an air review. I was told that a lot of people like this view. Let's do it here for the battle for 2nd as it heats up. These guys are really good friends, and so those who don't know, Pedro is from Brazil, and the fact that he's our first ever international racer in BRS history, so congrats to that, Pedro. It's a good title to have. And here we are with a hot battle. Staggs goes up high. The 11 was looking for the middle groove. The 14 is still down low. I think the 14, Keith, I think he needs to be just a little bit higher, and that's where he's the fastest. Off of turn 2, Levin got in the wall a little bit, lost 2nd place. Salzano's got it now. And don't look now, folks, but this Toyota domination might turn into a Ford win. As we're sitting here in the 14 car looking to the inside of the 19. As I really wish the game didn't change views like this. Here we go, folks. You see it back. The 19 cuts down, hits the 14. The 14, if I'm not mistaken, just hit the inside wall, Cody.
He fixed himself. He's still in 3rd, but the 11 now is going past the 19.
I just heard over the podcast of Salzano's broadcast, I heard Staggs say "oh" with a 4-letter word. So obviously that was very unintentional. It did look like Staggs got loose and came down into him. Those 2 guys are best friends, so I'm definitely sure it was nothing positive. But we're back here looking at Big Dane, and I really thought he'd be close to the front right now, but I'm assuming that early incident kind of put him back a little bit. Now he's behind the gun again. And here we go, folks. We're watching the 11 again as we got a heated battle for the lead. And don't look now, but that 18 car is coming.
Well, the 14 rebounded himself. He's coming right back to 2nd place. Back to the 11. And he's going to work his way until he gets to that 19.
Salzano made a strong move to the inside. This race, folks, is so close. It's like peanut butter and jelly, butter and bread, and freaking brother and sister. This is a very close battle up here. 18 came out of nowhere. Folks, this is an amazing race. This is better than last night's race. The last night's race was amazing. And he spins out across the line. He takes the 3. And there's a caution, folks. I'm telling you right now, y'all better get your aprons and your oven mitts on, because this stuff right here is hot. I don't care who you are. These are the best races right here, giving you a performance of a lifetime. I freaking love it. Keith, I got goosebumpies everywhere. I can't get enough J-Lo right now. That's what's up. How you feeling right now with what you've seen in this race so far? Not to interrupt you. Not to interrupt you. We're going to have less than 80 to go. They have 80 to go across the line. We have Salzano, Duha, Pedro, Tremaine, Big Dane. Big Dane is now 5th. Everybody is pitting Subi in 6th. Here we go, folks. What are we going to have a call at? Keith, I will let you call this restart. I got to tell you, folks, this is a great race. Cody, what are you seeing right now that really interests you the most at this battle?
What's interesting is what you said in the beginning of the restart. Big Dane in the top 5 after being so many laps.
Oh, he got loose off of 4.
He's falling back, but he's keeping that 5th place position right now.
Look at this, folks. We got the 14 all over the 18. We got the 6. Tremaine's Eagle out of nowhere again making a fight for that. The 6 car seems to really be a great short run car. Oh, Dane put it to 6. Big Dane put the bumper to the 6 car, got him loose as he went up into the 3 car. You saw right here, folks. You saw the pass to the lead. That 18 car is awfully strong, but he just wasn't strong enough at that moment to hold off the 14. As we got, looks like to be the 2 car hit the inside retaining wall as they crossed the line. 71 to go, folks. 70 to go right there as the 14 car crosses the line. Only 70 laps to go as I'm going to try to make my way back here to the 9 car as he had a heated battle with the 19 and the 22. We're going to look at it from Sag's view. Here you go. This is from second on back to the 19 as Fluffy gives him a little bit of bumper. Dude, I don't know, Cody. We didn't see a lot of crossovers last night, but that was Earnhardt-esque right there. What Fluffy just did coming out of turn 2. Oh, well, it's turn 4. My apologies. As we sit here, you see the battle. You got the 11 and 18 up there battling for second. Salzano was starting to put himself in a completely different zip code. He better tell FedEx about it. FedEx is trying to catch up with him so they can get the correct address and where to ship this trophy in case he wins it.
Oh, there goes the 11.
I tell you, we're watching Dan right here. We're a little bit closer to the action. This is a great view. We got Pedro in second, 18 third. The 3 is in fourth of Subi. Give a call to Subi tonight. He told me he was going to practice a little harder this week, and he thought he had something. I got to tell you, folks, he was the dark horse for a top 5 as he goes into third. The 3 car is in third looking for second, and Tremaine's Eagle is not far behind. And don't sniff or don't puff and don't blink because that 9 car is coming. Well, right now the 14 car has got a lap down car from him. I do believe that's the 2 of Danny God, if I'm not mistaken from my view, as we watch Subi right now, who is having an amazing run in third place tonight. I don't know, that 14 car has gotten stronger as the race progresses. And I will tell you, knowing Salzano the way I do, he's told me many times to gather that he is a long run car. He's always been a long run driver. The longer the runs are, more green flag runs, the more it favors him because that's how he gets comfortable and sets his car up. He's very vulnerable on short runs, but we get long runs. And if he is a short run car like he looked to be during this run right here, I don't know if he's going to be caught. Keith, I really don't know. And Cody, do you think anybody has anything from 14?
As of right now, I do. I mean, I think the 11, but the 11's about 2 seconds back right now behind the leader. And to be honest with you, I don't think anything, no one's going to highlight you, but right now the 6 has fell backward.
Yeah, we just went to the 6 because I saw a heated battle with Big Dan in the 9 car, but he is no longer battling is right here. We got the overview of the 9 cars. He's looking to catch the 18 car. And what I do believe, momentarily, we got Salzano, Pedro, Subi, Duha, Big Dane. Big Dane's in 5th, folks. This is a battle for 4th. This is a guy who was 4, count them, 1, 2, 3, 4. I don't need the extra fingers, so I'll cut it off for a moment. 4 laps down, this 9 car was. And of all places you think it's not possible, Bristol is not one of those places you're going to say, I could go 4 laps down at that track and have a shot to win. This 9 car is battling for 4th, Keith. 4th. We have approximately 60 laps to go, folks, with the 14. He has an approximately a 1.6 second lead. It's fluctuating back to 1.6 to 1.8 lead over Pedro. 3.1 on Subi, 3.7 on Big Dane, who's now at 4th, and Stags is now 5th, 4 seconds back.
And the AT is spinning.
Here's the leader, folks. This is the 14 car. There's not a lot happening up here besides him trying to smoke the field. No pun intended to him having the 14 car, because then he's Tony Stewart.
You got in the 14 way with the 14 Dodge.
That was the lucky dodge right here as we're going to look back. As you can see, the 11 way up there into turn 2. He's in 2nd. That 3's 3rd. Don't look now, but Big Dane is on a hunt. That 9 car is on a freaking prowl right now. I have never in my life, in all the Bristol races I have been in, or even watched, this being the first, so it is what it is. As 18 spins again, going into turn, what I do believe was 1. The 9 car, I've never seen anybody come back from 4 laps down, Keith, to have a shot to win this race. This is an amazing run as Fluffy goes in here to take 5th spot away. What an amazing run by this 9 car. And I tell my guys in the BFL and the trucks, I tell them in Tuesday nights in the Cup, you don't give up. You don't ever give up. This is why. This 9 car is proven you fight until the bitter end, and now this 9 car is putting himself in position for not only a finish that we all had him written off on, but he may, if a right caution falls at the right time, this 9 car may have a battle. Keith, this is an amazing performance by this 9 car tonight. Yeah, I'm watching it right now. It's still about 1.7, 1.8 back to Pedro. Subi is now 4.5, Big Dane 4.8, and Fluffy, who now is in 5th, is 5 seconds back. I don't want to interrupt you, Cody, before you talk, but right now we have a heated battle. Don't look now. We're talking about Big Dane coming, but have we not talked about Fluffy? Fluffy is all over the 9 car, Cody, as he's trying to put the pressure on for 4th place.
You know, we ran off a whole bunch of these drivers. I mean, Dane, he's coming back. You got Fluffy coming back. You got Stag still there. But you got drivers we weren't talking about. That number 3 car. He's sitting there at 3rd place right now.
I'm going to tell you, Salzano is putting it on this field right now. His lead has gone up to 2.4 seconds.
22 to 9 to 19.
That should be a caution. Oh, the 2 hits the 9 as the 9 tries to recoup. This is going to help KB. I do believe KB's already got one of his 4 laps back. As it is right now, folks, this is what we have. Salzano, Pedro, Subi, Stags, Dane, top 5. Tremaine's and Fluffy, top 7. 7 cars on the lead lap. Matt will be the lucky dog in 8th. He's 1 lap down. Danny and Duha, all that trouble that Duha had, he's only 1 lap down. So Matt, the 62 car, will be your lucky dog. I did not look at the pit setup thing for Salzano to tell you how many laps are left. But I will tell you momentarily how many laps we go when a restart hits.
That 2 second lead, guys, it's weird right now.
The only problem is Dane restarted 5th on the last restart, fell back to about 8th, and made his way back up to 4th. I don't know if Dane has it, but I'm going to tell you guys, this is going to get entertaining. Yes, he is. Here we go, folks. We're at Salzano with the view. Call the start, Cody.
You got the 14 and the 3. They're going to reset the box. And here comes the 11 and the 9. He's going down low on the 11 car right now. Now the 14 pulls away.
As the 14 crosses the line, coming out of turn 4, there'll be 40 laps to go in at Bristol. You blink your eyes, you're going to miss 20 of them. So make sure your eyes stay open, folks, because this is going to get exciting. Subi, who's having an amazing run, and his 3 car tonight is all over the 14 as the 19 gets loose off of 2. But he recovers it. He's still in 4th place as the 9. Big Dane, here we go. Big Dane did not get shuffled back. This time he went up. Big Dane is now 4th, and he's bringing Fluffy. Fluffy spins. Fluffy spins into turn by himself. That will not be a caution, folks, as here comes Pedro to the inside. He's turning the heat up on a 3. I have to give a call to Subi, you guys. Subi is having an amazing night tonight. This is a great run for him. It's something point-wise. He's down there in points. He needs to have a night like this. This is phenomenal. He's already got 2 stage points, plus wherever he finishes. And Pedro's having a hard time passing him, Keith. Whoa. Third. He spins out. Oh my God, I'm so sorry, Subi. I hope I didn't jinx it. But here we are. The 3 was a 1-car wreck, so that 1-car spins, that's not going to be a caution, folks. As relaxed cautions are on, got to be 2 or more cars. I can't believe I'm saying this, because I really thought about 100 laps ago. We wouldn't even come saying this, but Keith, Big Dane is 3rd. Here we go, folks. I'm watching I know Dohill's 1 lap down and Sags on the lead lap, but these guys are bumping and grinding over here. I got to tell you, Sags gets a little loose going into turn 3. There are no team orders in this race. I have not seen more cars hit each other and bump each other than these Joe Gibbs cars. It is amazing. But all 3 Joe Gibbs cars, all 3 Toyotas have shown up in this race by far. And here we go. We're going to look at Big Dane here. We're going to change view. Here's your view. We're going to ride along with him for a little bit. Well, I'm going to give you the hood view, guys. We don't normally do this. I don't normally do it. But we're going to give you a hood view so you can get his line and you can see how hard it is to control your car at Bristol Motor Speedway. As I will say right now, Salzano has a 0.3 of a second, 0.2 back up to 0.3 now on Pedro. He's got 1 second on Dane, 2.3 on Stags, and 4.5 on Matt, who just got the lucky dog and he's already up to 5th. Unbelievable. As you're the lucky dog, folks, on these restarts, you start at the tail behind everybody, including lap down cars. Matt has fought all the way back up to being 5th. As we're watching this battle, Cody, the 11-14, the main event is on.
Right now, that 11, he is starting on that bumper in the turn, then the 14 gets it on the exit, and while they start heating up, the 9 is coming up slowly, though. Can he catch him? That's going to be the big question right now.
As I'm watching a 14 on his broadcast, I got to tell you, that 14's running a very solid line. Oh, the 11 tapped him. We have a battle. This is exactly what Dane wants to see. Dane wants side by side. He wants grind and bump and grind, and there's approximately 20 laps to go in this, folks. This thing is heating up. I don't want to interrupt you, but I want to tell you right now, I mentioned not blinking your eye right there with the 14 cross line. 25 laps to go, guys. Only 25 to go. You see where Pedro is. You see where the 14 is. You can see Dane sitting there snipping. He's now gained at least 0.2 of a second a lap. We got Stags and 2.5 back, and we have Tremaine's Eagle, who's having another awesome night race, and he's 6.2 seconds back. Stags is pretty much by himself, so this is the 3-car race, folks. Dane is on him. Dane is on him looking for second. Will this 24 car play a role? We got Relic, who's sitting there as the leader. I know Salzano's sitting there saying his prayers. The 24 is in the middle of the track. He plays a role as he slows the 14 up, and the 9 hits him right in the butt. And he's still up in a wall. That's really going to slow the 9 car down. That is not helpful to the 9 car. I know that slowed the 14 and the 11 up a little bit. They got by easy peasy. But this 14 car, man, I'll tell you, nothing, the heat in this kitchen is not as easy as an easy bake oven. This is the real deal. This is the real oven right here, folks. This ain't no Fisher-Price toy. This is the real guys right here.
I hate to cut you off, Bob. That's the second time this week a lap car with a factor with the leaders.
Yes, it was. We had that Monday night when Dreamweaver was trying to hold off Batman in the closing laps of the race, and the 68 got loose up in turn 3, and the 87 was there with him, and it was a very fine line for the next 2 laps after that, before the 99 truck finally got by the 51. It's tough at these places, guys. Lap traffic plays a role in these tracks. I've said it day and night, and every week in my whole life I've said at tracks like Bristol, lap traffic plays a role. Do you think, Keith, that Dane will be able to recover from this, knowing that there's less than 25 to go? Aerodynamics at Bristol ain't too much of a big deal, but if your front end's pushed in, you're going to deal with tightness. That's just the product of any race car at any track. It could be a road course, Martinsville. It doesn't matter. That front end pushed in hurts, and it looked like that's what the 9 got. But we're watching right now. The lead is Salzano and Pedro still battling with the air review over the 11 and a 14. We have Staggs is now third.
Here comes the 11 car. We're going to have a new leader.
14 ain't going to give it to him easy real quick. Staggs is third. Big Dane fourth. Fluffy's in fifth. Folks, we have less than 15 to go. Right here as they cross
side by side.
As they cross the line, folks, this ain't going to, you can't get any better than this. I am not changing the channel. I suggest you don't either. There are 13 laps to go. Count on 1-3, my lucky number, my favorite number. And we got 14 and 11 right here. Pedro versus Salzano. This is the main event at Bristol. This is what that Mike guy who, let's get ready to rumble, this is what people pay for. This is what he pays for. Is a main event like this is not no Tyson Holyfield. This is bad. Caution has come out, folks. There is a caution on the track. It has changed with 12 laps to go. 8 cars on a lead lap. And here's the thing, guys. The 18 car will be back on a lead lap. Doha will be the lucky dog. We got Salzano, Pedro, Dane, Staggs, Fluffy, top 5. Tremaine, Subi, and Matt, top 8. Doha will be 1 lap down with the lucky dog. If Darrell Waltrip's right, even though I'm not a fan of him, cautions bring cautions. As he says, Danny's 1 lap down. KB is 3. Relic is 16. So we could have enough cautions, guys. We could have so many cautions that KB could get all 3 of his laps back. It is possible, but Danny will now be the lucky dog in 10th as Doha will restart at the end of the field, but Doha will be the lucky dog. And I don't know about you guys, but things can happen so fast at Bristol. I don't think that 18 car is out of this race yet. Oh, look at this. We got Big Dane looking in the middle. We got the 19 looking down. This is amazing. The 14 pulls out of the 11. The 11 looks low. He digs deep. It is an amazing race right here, folks. These are the best drivers in a BRS, giving you the best show that you could ever ask for on earth. Barnum and Bailey's can't give you this show. This is amazing. Big Dane looking for third. The 11 still on the inside. As Staggs is looking for that outside preferred line as he makes a move towards the leader. He gets a little loose. He goes up. He comes down, hits the 11, hits the 9. Big Dane is third. Fluffy. Oh, my God. We almost forgot about you, all soft and curly, fluffy white bear. I'm sorry about that. He's stroking up here in third, and fourth, I'm sorry, and he stands there tonight. 11 is now all over the 14, folks. I need to go to aerial view because this is too much for me to handle. I'm going to have a heart attack.
And the 11 now has taken a lead from the 14.
11 is the leader. Don't look now, Cody or Keith, but that 9 car is right there. He got his damage fixed. What view do? I don't know what to do here, folks. I'm trying to give you the best that I can. I apologize if not. We'll go with this because it looks to be the best.
3 to go, guys. The 11 is towing away, and the 9 is filing the 14 for second place.
Folks, don't look now. No look no, folks. I got to tell you, right here at the line 2, the white flag, the checkered flag are up in here. There is only 2 laps to go as the 11 leads. The 9 looks slow. Fluffy's hot on the tail, just looking for the slightest mistake to slip in there and get a top 2 as he gets loose off of 4. Staggs is all over him, and it looks like Subi comes back. He's looking very strong there in 6th. White flag is out, folks. This is it. This is it, folks. Dane is in 2nd. What an amazing run by this 19 tonight. He's in 2nd, but it looks like, folks, that this 11 car is going to be your winner. Wednesday Night Thunder, folks, and there it is right there. That should be the finish of the race. The 11 car wins as we have a big melee crossing the start-finish line.
Oh, Dane finishes 2nd place. What a comeback race for him.
Hold on, folks. I'm trying to get as much of this running order as I can. I'll go over it with you. I don't know how I can write this fast, to be honest with you, because I'm over here shaking, going crazy at what happened. But we got KB. Looks like he will get 11th. He will finish 3 laps down. But I'm hoping. I'm really hoping right now that we can kind of get Salzy to go down with the finishing order here, but I'm not seeing it. Well, I'm pretty sure the only spot I don't have is where Relic would be. I will give you this as soon as his broadcast goes off, folks. I will give you this. We are going to have an interview with the winner, Pedro, and I'm probably going to bring Big Dane in because we need to. But here is the unofficial finishing order, folks. Pedro with his 2nd career win in the PRL, and I can't see the fastest lap. Apparently it's not showing. Somebody with the fastest lap might have already left this race, but we have Pedro. Big Dane with an amazing comeback. Unbelievable.
Pedro.
Big Dane was 2nd. Fluffy will finish 3rd. Salzano 4th. Staggs comes back for a 5th. Subi with a tremendous night finishes 6th. Then we have the 62 of Matt in 7th. We got Doha fighting back for 8th. Tremaines fell back to 9th. 1 lap down. Danny God will finish 10th. KB will be 11th, 3 laps down. The 24 will finish 12th. Not sure how many laps down he was. And unofficially with the DNFs, the 48 will finish 13. And then we'll have the 4 and 14th guys. I don't know what this is. I don't have the fastest lap. I really wish I had it. But I do not have the fastest lap. I know Dane had the 2nd fastest at a 15.615. 15.609. That is one heck of a lap. That makes all of our lap times look crazy right there. As you see, I apologize for the blank screen. Who had an amazing run tonight. He did not run away with it by no means. And also, I will invite Big Dane or a K-Pit, if you would, if you'd invite both Pedro and Big Dane in, because you're the party leader. I didn't know if you have them, so I suggested them. But we saw an amazing run, guys. Again, that Pedro's 11th in points. He has not reached the start total yet that he needs for starts to be chase eligible. But as soon as he gets that 10 start, folks, guess what? He's in the chase. 10 starts, 2 wins. That's what it takes to make the chase here in any league in the BRS. I'll go back to our normal screen so people don't look at a blank screen as we sit here and we will wait for Pedro to come in. Cody, what do you think of this race? How was it?
Amazing. Wonderful finish, to be truthfully honest, with 5 to go. They did not disappoint us. They did not disappoint the fans. And I told you guys from the start, that 11 car is going to win this race.
Pedro, before the race, you told us when we were in a chat room previous to this that you felt that you had at least probably a 4th or 5th place car. I got 2 questions. One is, what do you think was the difference for you of being a 4th or 5th place car to being the guy to beat tonight? And 2, how did the please explain to the people out there, for those who may not know. Obviously I know, but you guys are a lot faster than what we were last night. Lap times prove it. How did the track change from the very beginning of the race to the end of the race when you pulled this one out? Yeah, how did the racetrack change from beginning to end? Well, I'd like to congratulate you on your win. Tonight, for a little while there, everybody was spread out for a little while, but I got to tell you, you guys put on a hell of a show there at the end. I congratulate you on your win. Momentarily, we'll get to Big Dane here, who had an unbelievable night, to say the least. Cody, do you have any questions for our now 2-time PRL winner with his first win coming at Homestead and now Bristol? Do you have any questions for our winner tonight?
I just wanted an honest answer. If that caution ever came out, would you have rattled that 14's cage?
Well, we congratulate you on your win tonight, Pedro. Thank you for coming in here. You can go back to your home there in Brazil, I believe is where you are, to throw some champagne or kiwi fruit or whatever y'all have over there you celebrate with. But again, on behalf of BRS, on behalf of PRL, congratulations. All you got to do now, Pedro, to clinch your chase spot is get that 10th start. Once you get that 10th start, you're in a chase no matter what. So again, congratulations on winning tonight, my friend. Now, well, yep. It's going to happen. It's going to happen. But again, congratulations on your win, my friend. Enjoy it. Now we turn our attention to what, even though Pedro's an awesome driver, very competitive, a very dominant driver at times, I think what really people are going to notice tonight is you cannot sit there and say, you know what I'm going to do tonight? I'm going to go into Bristol. I'm just going to go 4 laps down because I got nothing better to do and come back and get second. But that's exactly what Big Dane did tonight. Big Dane, everybody talks about you being a top dog. You are by far one of the top 2 or 3 drivers of this PRL league. What an amazing run tonight, man. I love you to death like a big brother. I'm going to tell you right now, congratulations. I know it's not a win, but you fought, and you didn't give up. And I keep telling the guys in the trucks and the BRL on Tuesday nights, and even some of the Xfinity guys, don't give up, because you never know what can happen. The cautions fell, I feel that the cautions fell right for you when they needed to, and you just know that when the 24 got up into the wall there, you kind of, we have it on broadcast, so you can watch it if you want. I got you going into 24 because he was taking the line away from all 3 of you. I thought for sure, and we were talking, we all had you written off when you were 4 laps down, no lie. You came back from that, you were sitting in 3rd, looking at the leaders. I could see very closely you were licking your chops, like you were getting ready to eat one of those big old steaks that you like to eat almost every day of the week. And you got to that 24 car. Man, congratulations on a very hard-fought second place finish tonight. You definitely deserved it. I'm just going to ask you the straight question. Just tell us how your night went. Yep. Well, did you at all think during early stage of this race is that you'd be able to have a shot to win this race?
No, I thought
Yeah. Well, I want to say, what can you just talk us through before I let Cody and Keith take over here? What was going through your mind at the time when you were catching both Pedro and Salzi, who had phenomenal cars tonight, especially Salzano, just late in the race was so strong. What was going through your mind at the time when you all reached the 24 car and what happened? Can you walk us through that? Well, that I got to tell you, Dane, I'm not surprised, right, that you can do that because you're that talented, you're that skilled. But, dude, congratulations on your finish. You fought, you never gave up. That 9 car, that whole team tonight did a tremendous job. Cody, do you have any questions for probably the guy that everybody's just like, what? 4 laps down and got second?
If you would have got up there, Dane, would you made one of those aggressive moves on those 2 guys?
Absolutely. Absolutely. There's been no question. If I could have gotten the Pedro bumper, I would have gave him the bumper. But I didn't really feel like I had the car to get over even the first of the race. I mean, I didn't have the car. But be settling from where I was at, I was going to settle for 3rd, but I felt like I could get around Salzano. That's a little bump there between me and him, and just racing. And I got around him for 2nd place. So it was cool because I nailed it. I would finish with that in other stages. So I'm happy with the finish.
Keith, do you have anything you'd like to throw in?
The only thing that I want to know, Dane, because I had you into in this race, and I'm not going to lie, when I saw you down 4 laps, I said, I don't know if he's able to get back in here, but what was it that kept you persevering through the entire race when those cautions just kept falling right in your lap?
I think that this talent that's in this room, you got to have consistent finishes. You got to finish at the top. My thing was stay with it. I think the cautions are going to start coming out. I took 2 later rounds. And like you said, it just worked out right. I fell in my lap. And I knew I had a top 5. But I didn't think I was that good.
Hey.
Congratulations on the finish. Let's knock him out next week.
Absolutely. Where are we at next week?
Well, that's a good thing to bring up because I'm going right into it. So thank you for bringing that up. I just want to say, leaving Bristol behind us now, good job tonight, Dane. Very impressive, especially at a track like Bristol that is beyond impressive. All 3 of us had you written off, and you just came back and made sure you were a factor. And my next question, and we'll end this broadcast with this. I do have to make a correction to something that I stated during the broadcast because it's being brought up in the BRS driver chat about Monday night's race. But I do want to ask you, we go to Chicago next week, Dane. What's the one thing you think going into Chicago next week that you got to do to win that race?
Start up front, keep that car stable, and just be patient. Be patient. A lot of people going to get that aim going into one. A lot of people's going to get loose coming out of 2. So just be patient, keep that car slow, and I think you'll be all right.
Okay, well, thank you for that, Dan. Again, congrats on your finish tonight. Well deserved, very hard fought. I do want to make a correction. I have not read what they've been saying in the BRS chat, but I brought up a comment, which may have been my fault. I'm not sure, because you do have a fan, Dane, Christian Thompson, a.k.a. Crowbusters, that runs the number 68 truck in our truck league and the number 8 car in our BRL Tuesday Night Cup league. He said, let's go 9. So you have a fan out there, much like DM, the guy that won his first ever Cup race last night, is the Salzano fan, apparently. So you did have a fan out there saying, let's go number 9. I do want to correct that. The incident that happened Monday night in a truck race, the 68 and 87 were racing. They were 1 lap lap apart on the scoreboard. The 68 lost control of his truck, went up, hit the wall on the outside. He did not make contact with anybody but the wall. He did not hit the 51. He did not make contact with the 99. I believe in my heart that he was not the reason why the 51 truck lost. I believe the 51 truck lost the race because I got into him off the exit of 4. The 87 also was not a factor that much at the end of the race. So I make the correction. If I did, I think I did say the 68 made contact. I apologize for that. But again, Keith, Cody, this has been a wonderful night. I'm glad you were able to be here. We obviously saw a tremendous performance out of the 9 car. This whole race, all in all, we had one moment like we did at Kentucky where everybody was kind of spread out, but I think this was an awesome race. This PRL league just, man, it gives me the goosebumps every night. I was so excited for this race. They did not disappoint. Do you guys have anything you want to say, Cody, in your closing statement?
This is the night everyone needs to watch. Every night. They need to show here, turn their TV on, or watch this racing every Wednesday.
Keith, do you have anything you want to say in closing?
Tonight was fun. It was a very exciting race. Like I said, we've seen a lot of numbers, we've seen a lot of goals. But at the end of the day, we've seen one man come in and he prevailed and he took that top spot, and that was painful. It was well hard fought and driven. It did not come easy. We thought this Salzano was going to be, the guy to beat, but in the end, he came out on top. So this is one of the things that you have to look at in this league. We see a lot of comments and boards because these are some of the best guys. This is the top tier league in this series, and you cannot mention the best guys racing out there every Wednesday night. Here in Minneapolis.
Well, on behalf of the BRS, I want to. Oh, go ahead, Keith. I'm sorry.
Just gonna say, can't wait to see you guys next week.
On behalf of the BRS, I want to thank each and every one of the drivers that performed tonight. They all did their very best, and that's all you can ever ask for. And again, they did not disappoint. I appreciate their support, their love and passion, and their dedication to the PRL and the BRS as a whole. I want to thank everybody out there who watched tonight. I apologize to Christian, the 68 truck from Monday night, for getting my facts a little mixed up. And I apologize to Dream and Avenger, who were also involved in that. I apologize for getting the facts a little messed up. But thank you, Keith. Thank you, Cody, for showing up tonight. I had a blast working with you guys. And until next week, we'll see you at Chicago.